G'day everyone, and welcome to the final round of our Veteran Yoga RSL Active here in Heathridge. It's been an amazing last couple of rounds, and it's been so satisfying to see how far you've all come in regards to your mobility, your range of movement, and also your strength training. Today we're going to build up on that, and we're going to be going through a 60-minute beginner-friendly yoga session. However, it's going to be slightly different. So we're going to be aiming, right, because I'm confident that you guys will be doing it, is I'll be cueing, and then we'll be flowing a lot more instead of as much start and stop for this last one, which is a special one, and connecting our breath to the movements. Okay, so don't worry, it's not going to be so fast that you're thinking, oh, this is, but, so I'll be cueing it, and then we'll be rolling through like it's a full regular session, because it's a bit cold to heat up, and that's the reason why. So what I'm going to get you to do first is we'll start on the ground, and we'll just start off with some pranayama or breath work techniques. So find yourself in an easy seated position, close down the eyes or take a soft gaze slightly in front of you, place your hands wherever feels comfortable. Close down the eyes and just take a breath with me quickly. And then, without any shape, just do an internal body scan. And what we'll be doing with this while you're doing your internal body scan and before we start shaping the breath is we're going to do this triangle breathing at the start, and then we're going to do it again at the end of the session before our final resting pose, just to compare where we are in regards to how we're breathing from the start to the finish. All right, so this first technique is to imagine a triangle or pyramid breath, where we are going to do 3 counts on each side, so inhaling through the nose or through the mouth, for a count of 3, and as we get to the top is immediately starting to release the breath for a count of 3, and then the breath hold is where we move from being reactive to responsive. It's a great way to be able to regulate our stress levels if we're feeling like we're being stressed at a particular time. So just sort of going through those things. Right, so with me now, going internal, closing down the eyes, inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3. Now continue on for 3 more cycles in your own time. And see when you're breathing out where you can condition that, the raspiness on the side of your breath if you're feeling a little bit raspy. Now for the next cycle or so, maybe even think about inviting in your ujjayi breath or your ocean breath, where we slightly constrict the back of the throat, place the tongue on the top of the roof of the mouth or behind the front teeth, and you get that ocean sound. 1 more round. All right, we're going to arrive with actually, before that, we'll set our intent with a couple more breaths, and then if there is no intent that you want, or maybe invite is acknowledgement is the word today for the theme and the intent, acknowledging how far you've come with gratitude. All right, so with me, 1 last big one. Inhale and nice. 1 last one. All right, so let's make our way to standing. We're going to start really warming up here because it is cold this morning, and make the way to the front of the mat. You might want to prep your chair for a few sun salutations. Alrighty guys, as usual, up the front of the mat, we're lifting and putting our feet hip width apart, lifting the toes up and then feeling, and maybe rocking backwards and forwards and seeing where our weight is on the feet. Right? Our feet take us everywhere. We don't acknowledge them enough. So we're just giving them a little bit of TLC and just seeing where the weight is going to be when we do the rest of our balancing postures and all of our standing postures today. Fantastic. Now working our way up, slight micro bend in the knees, hips are slightly forward. Now what we're going to do is place our hands by the side, or you could have the palms in or palms out, whatever is comfortable for your shoulders, because we all have different shoulders. Right? And then sort of looking up and imagining that our heels are spiking down with the crown of our head slightly facing the top of the room with our chin slightly tucked. So our gaze might be slightly forward and down. All right, so from here, Tadasana mountain pose, inhaling, scooping up, arms wide up to the top, looking at the thumbs, and then slowly, because we're still warming up, is exhaling, slight bend in the knees, hinging at the hips, and we're going to be coming down for a forward fold. Last thing to release is the head. Now from here, you can bend your knees, belly to thighs, and just sort of give your head a little bit of shake, just to see we're releasing that head, yeah? So it should be a little bit loose, and we're trying to let go of our belly and anything that we're holding on to. We're coming up to halfway lift now, inhaling, bookshelf, so where we're placing our hands on our shins, and then straightening the back, looking straight down, and then exhaling, bending the knees again. 2 more of those. Inhaling. 2, 3, exhaling. Last one, inhaling. Expanding, bookshelf, hold, 2, 3, exhaling. Coming up now, growing tall again. Slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time. We're going to come to stand. As we bring our head up, we're going to roll our shoulders back. Then now scoop some energy up, hands up, looking at the sky, inhaling, and then exhaling, coming back down for a forward fold. We're going to do another 2 of the halfway lift and the expand. So inhaling, halfway lift, exhaling, down the next one, 2, 3, inhaling, you might want to fly your arms, sending them back. So we're just imagining now, we're pushing our hands to the back of the room, exhaling. All right, I'll try it again, 1 more, inhaling, flying the arms, and then exhaling. Last one now is to grow tall again. All right, rolling the shoulders back, scooping the air up, hands to prayer, and then down the center line. We imagine pushing our feet into the ground and raising our head to the top. Fantastic. All right, so like Surya Namaskara A or Sun Salutation A's, we'll be doing 3 rounds in this next one. If you know your modification when we go down for the low push-up, please hook into those when we're doing it, and the rest with me when we make our calls. All right, so inhaling, hands up, connecting the breath. Great breathing, everyone. Exhaling. Forward fold. Inhaling. Halfway lift, you could fly your hands. Exhaling. Hands meet mat. Legs go back and we'll meet in high plank. Beautiful push-up position. So from here, once we're down, in your variation of high plank, we could just keep breathing here, guys, if we're waiting. So from here is breathe in, shift our weight forward like we've done the last few weeks, and then first one is knees, chest, chin. Exhaling. Knees, chest, chin. Placing our forehead down, untucking the toes, right, with the tops of our feet on the ground. Inhaling now, lifting our chest a little bit, not dumping into the back of our head. Excellent. Baby cobra. Exhaling. 2 more of those. Inhaling. Exhaling. Excellent breathing, guys. Inhaling, last one. This one's the last one. So what we're doing now is tucking the toes, pushing it back with our hands and pushing back with our knees. From here, yes, excellent work. Lifting the knees up, and we'll meet in downward dog, our first downward dog. Right, so you can bend your knees as much as you need because we're trying to lengthen our back. All right, and then so you might want to pedal your feet out. Yep, gaze to feet, fantastic work. You right there, Gary? You okay, mate? You okay? Okay. Excellent. So pedaling out our legs. So from here, we're going to have 2 breaths in stillness, where we're going to inhale and then open mouth out, tiger breath out. Right, big de-cleansing, detoxifying breath. One more, big breath in. See where the air goes, and inhaling in, bending the legs, and then walking your feet and hands so that they're meeting together up towards the front of the mat. We will meet in forward fold. From here, inhaling, unfurling, coming up to stand, hands up to the roof, eyes to the sky, hands together in prayer, and that was one killer. That was a great sun salutation there, everyone. Yes, see, I knew that you guys would be up for it. Awesome. All right, so let's do that one again. Amazing work there as well, Greg. Nice one there with the modifications. Okay, starting here, Tadasana, mountain pose. From here, a big, strong, powerful pose. I want you to now imagine for the next 2 is when we're standing is here, we're pushing our feet away, we're growing our head up, and the hands are coming here before the next one. And then breathing in, release a little bit, up to the top. Now we're reaching up, and then exhaling, hinging at the hips, connecting our breath, our Ujjayi breath, forward fold, bending the knees, inhaling. You can fly your arms or come up to bookshelf, exhaling. Coming down, we'll meet in plank. If we're all in plank, when we're meeting, we could just take some breaths. And now with me, we're all here, is inhaling. Shift your weight forward a little bit, and now you could lower knees, chest, chin, or full, lower, under control, push up. That's it, we will all meet. Down here, untuck the toes, forwards on the ground. From here, we could go baby cobra or full cobra, or even up dog. So inhaling, pushing out, whichever your range of motion is at the moment. Exhaling. 2 more of those. Oscillating cobra. Exhaling. 1 more. Inhaling, this one's different. We're coming out of this now. Pushing away with our hands, tucking the toes. Right. And then lifting our knees up and meeting in downward dog. Fantastic work, everyone. Gaze to our feet, pedal the feet out a little bit more, right? So we might be pushing our heel down, but not all the way. It doesn't need to make contact. And we're stretching the back of our calves and our hamstrings, pushing our hands away and keeping lengthy backs. That's fantastic work. All right, inhaling, bend the knees, and then walking up to our hands, meeting at forward fold, and then coming up to the top, scooping up, and then down. Well, I'm going to take this off now. It's still a little bit chilly, but we're getting there. All right, one more round of sun salutation A. From here, mountain pose, inhaling. Eyes to sky, fantastic work there. I'm going to watch you guys now. Exhaling, hinging at the hips, forward fold, fantastic work. You could bend the knees a little bit. So 2 of these, halfway lifts and nuts. So inhaling, halfway lift, bookshelf, straighten the back, fly the hands if you want. Exhaling, bend the knees back down, loosen the head. Fantastic work. Inhaling again, halfway lift, fantastic work. And then back down again, hands meet mat. Okay, left foot back, right foot back, and we will meet in plank pose. Fantastic work. While we're waiting, just a couple of breaths here, cleansing breaths. Fantastic work. All right, now with me, inhaling, shifting the weight forward a little bit for our hands, ready to lower down under control. Exhale, 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 exhale. Low push up. Untuck the toes so we can feel the top of our feet. And we're going to be doing 3 oscillating cobras. All right, so go up as high as what you feel comfortable. Inhaling, pushing the hands away. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. 1 more, inhaling. You could do up dog where the tops of our feet are there. If that's up for you, that's okay. I'm just showing an example. And then exhaling, pushing back with our knees, tucking the toes, and then
pushing our hips up and wide, gaze to our feet, and we will all meet in downward dog. Fantastic work. Excellent. So our gaze is to our feet. So from here we'll take 3 cleansing breaths, big tiger breaths on the exhale. So inhaling through the nose and inhaling, radiating some internal heat. Last one. Inhaling now as we walk up with our hands all the way to forward fold. Right, inhale now. Come up with the hands. Looking up at the hands and then down the center line. Alright, so that's our sun salutation A. Now we'll be doing, and we've been working towards it, is sun salutation B. Alright, slightly different. It includes warrior 1. So from here, guys, we'll be doing chair pose. I will show you. So when we come up as normal. And then we're coming down, we're going to be sitting down like we're sitting down on a chair. So you can bend as much as you want, but what we're trying to do is instead of going like this, we're keeping our tailbone tucked, and you could be sitting here and your hands, doesn't need to be up here, is looking up. So we're looking up on this angle, right, with our hands. That's chair pose. Okay. So with me, looking at the hands, fantastic work. Take your time, right? Not going to rush too much. Right. Inhaling. Looking at the hands and then exhaling as we lower down. So we might be leaning into our heels a little bit and then bending our knees back. So if we're looking, our knees are not over our toes. All right, tucking the tailbone. This is a very, very difficult stance to hold for long. So we'll do 2 breaths. Inhaling and then inhaling and then exhaling as we hinge at the hips. Ah, the relief. All right, now, halfway lift now. Exhaling, we will meet in plank pose. Awesome, let's just take 2 breaths here while we're waiting. Inhaling. Inhaling, one more. Inhale to set. Now exhaling, lower down, lower push up. Untuck the toes. Inhale, baby cobra or cobra, up dog. Exhaling down. And we'll be inhaling and meeting in downward dog. This is where the difference is, guys. So we'll meet here and I'll explain it. From here, once we're all in downward dog, fantastic. Inhale. And then exhale is put our right foot forward. Right foot forward, and then we're going to plant our back foot in a 45 degree, like a runner's lunge. Yes, that's okay. We'll wait here, and then we'll meet you in warrior 1. So inhaling, coming up, hinging from your hips. All right, so we've got our stance, looking down. Fantastic work. We are in warrior 1 stance. So let's look at the front. Our front knee is bent and facing the front. Our back foot is 45. We could go 45 degrees, right? Or it might be up a little bit. If it's up a little bit, you could close the gap. What we're doing now is rotating our shoulders to face the front of the room. Right, so from here, inhaling, hands up, the sky. We'll take 2 breaths here. Pushing away at our feet when we breathe out. One more. Inhale to set, and we're going to bend down. Frame that front foot, and we're going to move our right leg back to downward dog. We are meeting in downward dog again. All right, from here, inhaling, left foot to the front. We're only doing 1 of these rounds because it's the first time. All right, setting that back foot flat, yes, and then slowly coming up to have a look at our stances. Fantastic work. All right, so from here, left foot knee is bent and not going over our front toes. Equal distribution on both sides. So if you want to push on your back foot just to see where we are with our weight, that's a nice steady stance. Rotate the shoulders around to face the front of the room. Inhaling. 2 breaths here. 1 more. Inhaling. And then exhaling. Down to push up. Back down here. Let's meet in downward dog. I will not make you do a push-up this time, guys. We will walk up to the top. All right, here we go. Inhaling, and we'll walk all the way up. All right, there we go. Walking all the way up. Forward fold. Inhaling. Let's grow tall, grow tall, grow tall, and then... Right, okay, take a quick break and take a drink. It's pretty full on that the sun salutation B. We'll only do one because that was the first one, but it's quite full on because you do so many push-ups. How was that, guys? A little bit different? Okay. So from here, we're going to be going into our balance series as we have been in the last few weeks. Again, a couple of options will work towards this. All right, so the first one with me, we're going into tree pose. So from mountain pose, inhaling to set, and right foot's the one that's going to move, and we're just going to move our foot towards the ankle and rotate the hip around. All right, so we want to keep a micro bend in this left knee, and then we're facing our right, yeah, that's it, to the long edge of the mat. That's you guys. From here, hands open. See what that does is, if you can have a feel now, so squeeze your bum slightly, right? You should be able to feel your hip opening up here at that open there, right? So that's where we are for the open. All right. So inhaling. And back down. One more. Inhaling. We're going to go to cactus arms now. Exhaling. Inhaling. Back down. Back down with the normal feet. We'll do this round a couple of times and build up the balance series. So from here, left foot's what's moving next time. So inhaling. And exhale as we move. You can put your hands a bit outside or by the hips, whichever works for you to give you that balance and sense of having your chest open. All right, so that's the big one there. Having a look, squeezing the butt slightly, right? That's where we might find is when we're doing this position, is that we start to lean forward. So if we squeeze our butt slightly, that actually helps us have a wider stance. So from here, inhaling, and then down normally, the center line. Two more, inhaling. Cactus, the next one, exhale. Inhale. Down. That breathing's amazing, everyone. All right, breathe in. One more round. Cactus. Amazing. Inhale. And then back down the center line. Straightening up the foot. Shaking that out a little bit. All right, the next one, we're going to try and lift up and go into stalk pose, where we're going to be doing the balance. I will quickly show you if you need the chair as well. First option is to come up to stalk and lift. So where my foot is, I'm pulling my toes up. That will help balance. You'll be focusing somewhere in the distance to keep your balance. That's the first option. All right. So we'll just go with that one, and then we'll do our rotations, what we have done in the last few weeks, right? Is rotating around, and then doing one revolution there. We'll build on the rest of these balances. All right. So from here, inhaling up to stalk. Exhaling, rotate first, follow it down. That's fantastic. Inhaling, right foot up again. Exhaling. Sorry, I have my back to you, so I'll come back around. Heading up in that position. Inhaling, right foot up, flexing the foot. Exhaling. Fantastic work. Getting our balance, coming to mountain pose, facing the cupboards. Last one, inhaling, stalk pose, and then exhaling, rotating around, leading with our knee and hips, facing the front, shaking it out. All right, you know which way we're going now with the left-hand side, so we'll even everything out. From here, left foot rises, inhaling, stalk pose, flexing the foot, and then exhaling. I must say that the balance is all really coming a long way as well, everyone. Inhaling, hands up, lifting the foot, gaze to somewhere in the point and rotate. Yeah. Wait for the rotation. All right, with me. With me, don't get ahead at any time. All right, here we go. Inhaling, hands up, lift the foot. There we go. Exhaling, rotate. Fantastic work. That's it, slowly. Amazing. Last one, inhaling now. Lifting the foot and rotating. Excellent. Shake that one out. Cool. All right, from here, this is where the balancing one's going to come in even more. So where we really need to focus on somewhere and then sort of tightening up our quads as we come up. First option is to come up with our knee and see if you could hold it. Right? Or, if you can, is grab peace fingers and around your first toe, and we're balancing with our hands like this. That's the second option. Third option, if you want to give it a go, is to kick the foot out. Okay, so you get a chance to be able to choose which one is going to be for you. And don't forget to breathe. All right, so let's just do it with me. We're going to slow it down a little bit more. Break it down. Inhaling, set. And then exhale to grab the foot, grab the ankle, or grab the knee. That is also okay. That is also okay. All right, from here, exhaling, lift and push the foot out if you can, if you want. That's it, you can hold underneath. Yes. And then exhaling, down, yes. Everyone's gotten it. Okay, so let's give the left leg a little bit of a break and we'll balance on our right leg. Fantastic work. All right, from here, inhale to set. Exhaling, lifting the knee up, grabbing our peace finger toes if that helps. All right, it's all right, wobbles are good. All right, wobbles are good. That's why we're gonna just take this a little bit slow with the balance. And then inhale, grow the chest a little bit more, and maybe exhale, kick the foot out. You could let go of your foot if you want, or let's see where we're balancing. Exhaling. All right, so just notice what burns. What's burning for you? Is it the side of the leg or here, or is it on your feet where you feel the balance? This is where we see where our balance is and where we could really work on a little bit more. This one, we're building on it now. From here is we're rotating the leg out with the balance. So from here, we've gone to here. We'll be rotating around and opening up. And you might feel it in this balancing leg here, where we're going to go. So with me, stalk pose, peace fingers on the foot or grab on the outside, yes, whichever way works, and then exhaling, opening up, yes, right, hands on hips if that helps you balance or out, fantastic, and then inhaling, bring it in, now start, keep balancing if you can, and now kick the foot out, that's it, 2, 3, and down. All right. So Andy's gone, he's really ramped it up this week. I'm really confident in everyone's abilities. That's why I'm excited. All right, here we go. So left foot. They're like, God, he's going like somewhere else this way. no, I'm only joking. All right, here we go. So with this left one, this is the last balance pose. From here, it's inhaling, knee up. All right, you might want to hold your knee or peace fingers to the knee. Exhaling, leg out a little bit. Bit of extra balance. Inhaling. Fantastic work. Oh, this one's the best balance so far. Right now, let's kick the foot out a little bit. Try and stay straight. 3, 2, 1, and down. Shake it out. Whew. That's amazing, everyone. See how much the balance has really improved the last few weeks. That's where the proof's been in the pudding, how far you've come. Let's keep continuing on with our standing series. And I'm going to turn this around this way. Like that. All right. All right. I'll move it here so it doesn't feel bad. I'll move it bad. There we go. Actually, I could go down here. So we'll be facing that side of the room in a moment. So, all right, so to set the cameras up. All right, coming to the front of the mat. The first thing that we'll be doing is moving our left leg towards the side there into our wide-legged pose. All right, so from there, inhaling, exhaling, step back, wide-legged stance. Fantastic work. Excellent. So let's have a look where our feet are now. We're going to go double width apart. Yes, right. Feet are facing the front. Amazing work here. Right, a couple more forward folds. What we're doing here. Wide-legged forward fold with me, shoulders back. Inhaling, hands up. Exhaling, as you're coming down, you could keep a slight bend in the knees. Keep going until you could loosen your heads, and then you might put your hands in between your feet. Now what you want to do is have a look where your elbows are and then face them towards the back of the room. All right, so that's what we're doing. Inhale, and then bend our elbows and push the hands against the ground, and maybe see that you might try and lift your tailbone a little bit. Let's take 2 breaths here. Now loosen your head a little bit, let go of your head, that's it. One more. So inhale, hands to hips, and then come up slowly under control. And that's where we feel that hinging of the hips when we do this. So from here for the next one, we'll be doing our peace fingers. Right, so inhaling, and exhaling, coming down now. Peace fingers come to our toes, and grab the outside of our toes if you can. Right, or touch your toes, that's all right. And then from here, inhale, and then exhale is push our elbows out as we are coming out then. So we're opening up the back of our shoulders as well. Excellent work. Amazing. 3, 2, 1, inhale. Hands on hips, and then exhaling as we come up. Fantastic work now. Last one with Prasarita D. Wide-legged forward fold is the opening up of the shoulders. From here with the hands, it's clasp them behind the back, like this. All right, and then what we're doing is rolling the shoulders back, and then imagining we're pushing our hands towards the ground. So this is the most I can do. So do what you can do, or even in like at ease type thing, and then push our shoulders back. All right, fingers played out like that, like we're at ease. Alrighty guys, so from here, inhaling, and then set, push your hands down, we're opening up the shoulders. Inhale to set, we're going for a forward fold. And we're coming down for the forward fold with the hands, keep the hands the same. As our hands are there now, on the back, we're going to imagine that we're inhaling in, and then exhaling, someone's pulling our hands up towards the roof. One more. Inhale to set, let go under control with your hands on hips, and coming down. All right, fantastic work, amazing. Let's just have a little bit of a jiggle. So from here, we'll be staying in the same stance, and we'll be going into our warrior series from here. So as what we've done in the past, hands on hips, we're going to inhale to grow. Right foot's the one that moves, your right foot, and then we're going to exhaling, just rotating the foot around to the short edge of the mat, and then bending our knee. We're pushing back equally, so we're pushing it on the ball of our foot, at the front foot, and on that back foot, we're pushing on the blade of the foot. Imagining that our hip is open. When we look down, our knee is over our toes. Fantastic work. And now we are facing the short edge, right? Opening, the long edge. I'm like, hold on a second, this one. Okay, so from here, inhaling now. Arms out, and then looking at the front. So 2 breaths here. Imagine that we are pushing out from our arms each time. One more. We're going to move now into extended side angle. So inhale. And then exhaling, we're going to rest our forearm on our thigh. And then we might bring our hand up towards the top of the sky. And now we're going to peel our chest open by trying to look at either the cupboards or at our hand. Right, so from here, let's look down. Have a look down now. And then maybe look up. This is another gyroscope setting thing. Right, down at the hand and then up. From there, inhaling, come back up. All right, from here, we'll be changing to the other side. So it's your left foot that rotates now. And we're going to be doing warrior on that side. So inhaling, hands on hips. Exhaling, rotate the foot, bending the knee. And then seeing where we are, we're pushing equally on both feet. Opening up the knee. From there, we're facing our chest towards me. Fantastic work. Inhale, hands up. Exhaling, looking over the hands. 2 full breaths here. Excellent. Inhaling, set. Transitioning as we come down with our forearm on the thigh, and then we can rest our arm up the top and then peel our chest open. Fantastic work. If you want to give it a go, is maybe just move the hand slightly over a little bit more and imagine that you've got a line going down from your back foot all the way to the roof. All right, what you might want to do is tuck your bum as well. So if you feel that your bum's starting to stick out, tuck it back in or raise your hand up to the top. We're going to move our hand now, so our head, and look down to our feet. Up to our hand, down to our feet. Inhaling, coming back up to set. Come to the front of the room. All right, wicked. So from there, we'll go from here again. So let's just do this combination. Yeah, let's start at the front. Yep, start at the front of the room. Fantastic work. All right. So well. Yeah, I know, you've seen it. I know, he's all over it. All right, so here we go from the front here. Again, breathe in. Exhaling, left foot's the one that faces the, let's move, rotate around. Exhale. And rotate. Sorry, my bad. Let's do that again. That was my bad, poor cueing on that one. From here, from the front, inhale. To set. Exhale, move your left foot and come and face towards the cupboards. Wide-legged forward fold. Oh, we're not doing the folds now, we already did that. So from here we're adding to our warrior series. Inhaling, hands on hips. And then exhaling, rotating the foot around, bending the leg and pushing equally on both feet. Arms come up, inhale, like a plane. Exhaling, looking to the front of the room or over the front hand. 2 full breaths here. Inhaling to set. Exhale to transition. We're coming into extended side angle. Forearm on our thighs. Hand up towards the sky. We're tucking our butt up a little bit so that's not pushing out. You may choose to come over the top, peeling the chest open. 2 breaths here. So from here, guys, this is a bit of a transition that you've not done yet. So I'm going to give it a go. And I reckon you're ready for it. Is we're going to bring a hand down and bring that to meet the ground. Fantastic. We're facing towards the front. Yeah. Oh. There we go. This is like a runner's lunge. From here, inhale, and then lifting up that second hand, our left hand, other hand, yes, that's it, there, excellent, fantastic. And then exhaling, hand meets the mat, and then we're going to make our way back up to our stance. Whew. All right. All right, so it's a couple of more challenging ones, but nothing that you guys are not ready for. All right, from our wide-legged forward fold, we're going to do that on the other side. Setting, hands on hips. Inhale, grow tall. Exhaling, rotating the front foot around, the other front foot. Then we're going to the back side of the room now this time. All right, coming into warrior 2. Inhale, hands up, and exhaling, look over the front hand. All right, 2 full breaths here. Inhale to set. This one's different. We're coming now for extended side angle. Let's reach over. Hand rests on our thigh. Our hand could be at the top or leaning over. And excellent work there, Mark, is barreling the chest open. So we're opening up our chest as well as feeling that side stretch. in our side body. 2 breaths here. Now we're coming down to runner's lunge. So look down to the ground. Left hand, that's the one, is going to come down to the ground and support us. From here, we can take this runner's lunge. 2 hands down. You can have your second hand. And then we can push our heel back. Fantastic. 2 breaths here. Ready? On your marks. Get set. Go. All right, and from here, we're going to make our way up now. Walk around the side and come up to the top. Fantastic work. Woo. All right, so let's maybe do one more. You have to do one more with the reverse warrior. All right, hands on hips, everyone. And our right foot's the one that's going to move this time. So inhaling to set. Exhaling into warrior 2 stance. Inhale, arms. And exhaling, look over. 2 breaths here. Inhaling, reach forward. We're going to go to reverse warrior. Reach forward. Flip your hand. Now come and bring it back. Back hand rests on the leg. And we're looking up at the sky, feeling that side stretch as well. Inhaling for 2 here. Reverse warrior. Coming to extended side angle now. Breathe into set. Exhaling as we come down with our forearm. Other hand reaches over, as we've done previously. Hands looking up now up the sky for 2 breaths. This one's to set. Inhale. Look down at the ground. We're coming into runner's lunge. Exhaling. Both hands on the ground. Our legs back. Fantastic. Excellent work. And we'll take 2 breaths here. Now inhaling to set, we could walk our hands slowly around the center, hands on hips, and we can come back up. All right, it's a bit more challenging this one, isn't it? All right, last side, I promised for the standing series, guys. Last one, it's been amazing to see how far you've come. All right, so from here, hands on hips. Inhale to set, exhaling, move your left foot, coming into warrior 2 stance. Inhaling. Arms up, exhaling. Looking to the front of the room. 2 full breaths here. Inhaling, reach forward. Exhaling, scoop it back to reverse warrior. 2 full breaths here, looking up the hands, side stretch. Breathe into set. Transitioning now as we come over, hand windmills at the top, front arm rests on the thigh, and we're coming into extended side angle, looking up at the hand, peeling the chest open. Fantastic work, everyone. Yes. All right, 2 breaths here. Inhaling to set, looking down at the ground where you're going to plant your hands, and slowly, under control, come into runner's lunge for the last runner's lunge of the session. Fantastic work. Awesome. All right, so we're looking here, looking at our feet and taking 2 breaths. Inhaling to set as we walk our hands back around to the center. Hands on hips, coming up to the top, and we'll all meet at the front of the mat. Whew. That was that was good. Jeez. All right, so let's add another one to it. No, no, we're done with the standing. All right, let's make our way down to. Let's make our way down to the ground, eh? In any way that we see fit. So we'll all meet down here. Maybe have your strap accessible as well. If we may need it, we may not need it. So from here, I'm going to do a couple of these little side stretches. Okay, maybe we'll do that with the strap. Okay, so first one here is we're going to extend our left leg, and that's going to be extended. And we're taking our right foot, and however you may need it, you might want the block, right, to be able to prop it underneath here. So what we're doing is we're imagining the sole of our foot coming anywhere on the inside of our leg, okay? And we're going to place that close to the side of our leg. Excellent. So if you can make it a little bit closer to your groin, that's okay, but it's all right if you need the comfort there to have your block handy. Yes? Yes. So from here, I'm just working on being able to feel those sit bones. So from here, guys, I want you to flex your foot and pull the toes back and see where we are. Oh, geez, I don't know about you, but my toes are a bit old. All right, so with this, with the strap, I'm just going to hook it over the front here. So what we were imagining today, if you could grab the strap as well, we're doing a heads to knee pose. But what I want to do is, instead of rounding the back, so often, I haven't seen as much in this class, right? But a lot in what people do is, instead of hinging from the hip, they try and reach with their back and they arch it. But what we're trying to actually do is maintain the length in our back and hinge from the hips to see where we are. So when we have our hands, right, so instead of keeping your arms in, is just have a look now. We're going to flex our foot and we're going to extend our hands, so then that way we have a straight back and we're looking straight. That's it. From here, fantastic, is exhaling and then just bending the elbows a little bit without reefing. And then you should just be able to feel how your back still stays straight. So we're going to inhale, set, and then exhaling down like this. And then the last thing to go is our head, right? So instead of from the start trying to reach with your head, once we feel the spot or where we're feeling a stretch, is then the spot we can release our head. I'm going to take 3 full breaths here. Last one, inhaling. Slowly coming up now, releasing the strap. And then we're going to swap our feet over. To our right foot forward. We're going to adjust and build up on it. Our strap will be there. You can put your block underneath the knee if that works. So I'm just going to keep that for demonstration. Knee goes in, yes. Right, so if you find that your knee is hurting, you can actually, please extend the leg a little bit more until I don't want you to be in pain. Right, so from our spot here, let's set this up again with a couple of different options. All right, so we're reaching our hands forward until they're extended, but there's still a slight micro bend in our arms. Our chest is facing forward, right? And we're looking sort of just beyond the toes, flexing the foot back towards us. Inhaling, grow tall, and then exhaling, we're bending our elbows slightly until we feel the stretch, and then we release our head. 3 full breaths here. 1, 2, last one, 3, inhaling, slowly coming up. All right. Now we're going to rotate our sides now again. So this one, actually, this is on, okay, so left foot's out, again, sorry. And if you can, guys, can we pull your foot up? So there's going to be a gap in between, like a fist's gap between your between your feet, but we're trying to pull one knee up towards us. So we might actually just go like this. Fantastic work. We're going to add a twist to this. Yes, that's it. Flat foot, if you can. No, the bend knee. Yes, flat. There we go. Maybe with one hand, you might want to choose to. Yeah, a little bit better. Relief. That's all right. These are more advanced stretches. They're trying to introduce a couple of different rotations around. So from here, we're going to inhale to grow, and then relax. We're up for a twist on this one. So with our right hand, now the one that was same hand with the knee. Right, from here, we're going to place our hand. No, it doesn't need to be all the way back, because we're just going to reach across to our knee, and keeping a straight back is Exhaling and rotating towards the knee, towards the knee. There we go, yes. All right, and 2 breaths here. Inhale, set, exhale, leg out. All right, come down, shake it out. All right, one more side. Okay, so now we're going to lift our knee up, 1 fist apart between our foot and the leg, pulling that front leg back. So we're just seeing where we are now is we can hold or we can use something to prop. And we're feeling for our sit bones to be around, so we're really sort of giving ourselves a bit of a stomach massage here as well. It might not feel like it, but it is. All right, pulling the toes back. Now, inhaling, reach across with your hand. Now, support with your left hand. Yes, excellent. And rotate around towards that bent knee. Cool, keeping a straight back. Fantastic. 2 breaths here. Detoxing the guts. Inhaling and then exhaling, coming back around, face the front. Whew. All right, last one with the stretches is coming to a wide straddle pose, right? So that's it. Excellent. So if that's not for you, you could bend your knees. Do you need another block to put underneath? 2, yep. Yeah, one more. All right, so from here, grab the other one, put underneath there. All right, fantastic. To finish off with the straddle pose, right, what we're doing is now having a look at our hands, so that's comfortable. Pull the toes back. Pull your toes back. Inhaling to set. And then our hands are going to track along our legs when we exhale, hinging at the hips. So wide-legged forward fold, but we're sitting on the ground. So we're concentrating on our sit bones touching the ground. So see if you could feel for those. All right, we're peeling our toes back and our hands are coming along here and imagining a straight back. So our gaze is sort of in an imaginary line between our feet and right at the front of us. 2 breaths here. So now the left hand's going to move and we're going to rotate around, inhaling to meet our hands on the right foot. Feeling the side stretch there. Inhaling. Exhale. Imagine spiking your left sit bone into the ground if that's feeling like it's raising up. One more. Inhaling. Now we're going to walk both hands across. Walk them across. And then now lean up on the left hand side. Inhale to set. And exhale to reach. Fantastic. Inhaling, coming back up now. Let's make our way to the backs, but we will have our block. We're going to do legs up the wall supported. So let's meet with our back on the floor for the moment. I know it's cold, so we'll try not to be here for too long with our backs. Right, feet are coming up. With the block, inhaling, lift your tailbone up and then place the block on the edge of that tailbone. We don't want it to be in the small of the back. All right? That's going to support it. All right, inhale, left leg up. Legs up the wall. Inhale, right leg up. Leg up the wall. You can do all one leg at a time, whichever works for you. Fantastic. Our feet, if they're apart, we're flexing our feet. Yes, looking at that. Fantastic. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more full breaths in your own time. Go on. They say that this is a restorative pose, but it can really work here. You lean your foot up against the wall. And inhaling to set, exhaling, lowering the feet down under control, and removing the block. Alright, so you could whack a jumper on now. We're going into our final resting pose and our little triangle breathing meditation. So we'll do that. We'll do that to start off with the meditation. Just do 9 cycles of breath. While we're getting ready is go internal again and start to feel your shoulders on the ground if you're lying down. Right. Everything's getting heavy. Tailbone is getting heavy. You can have wide legs and knees in as a resting pose as well, or choose to have your legs out. So let's now go into our 6 rounds of triangle breath. And then what I invite you to do is just to do an internal check and compare to see how your breath is feeling compared to when we first started. So from here, inhaling through your nose or mouth, inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3. Now one last big breath, and then let it go, and we'll go into our final resting pose for a minute or so to allow our nervous system to reset. There's no more work to be done. We could go internal and think about the intention that we'd set, and then reflect on the time that we've had here. I'm going to ask you to start coming back into your body now, wriggling your fingers and your toes, slowly taking some wakeful breaths. You may want to do a full body stretch, arms over the head, whatever works best for you. Inhaling and release. Now, once we're all done with that stretch, we'll give your knees a hug. Give them a hug. Say thanks for taking me through this practice. And then maybe roll onto your preferred side, into what they call the fetal pose, whichever side works best for you, for a couple of last wakeful breaths. Right, and the reason we're doing this is it's not the last position, it's actually one of the first positions, thinking of it now, heading you into a new day with newfound energy. Alright, so when you're ready, come and meet me in an easy seat. Shake it off. You can keep the eyes closed if that works for you. Alright, I haven't done this many times, but we're going to be doing an Om as well today. So if you feel like doing an Om, it's just Om. You might have seen it on the movies, or otherwise I'll be doing it. Otherwise you can just follow along and do the Om internally. Alright, so we're going to do a cleansing breath to start off with. And letting go. Close down the eyes.
Inhaling for set for Om. Hands to prayer by your heart center to clarify intent and today's intent of acknowledgement. Thumbs to lips. May we honour what we say internally and externally. And then thumbs to third eye in between the eyes to clarify thought. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today and for the past 12 weeks. Namaste. Namaste again. Thank you so much, everyone. Much appreciated.